Hi guys, it is your neighborhood shepherdess, and today, this is going to be a start for me. I am going to start doing some YouTube videos. I have never really done YouTube videos before, and I thought I'd give it a shot because it could be quite fun. Today I'm going to be talking about how to build a wardrobe based around history or some kind of aesthetic that you really want to look like. And I just thought it would be pretty fun because I built my wardrobe around like 18th century and like things that I'm inspired by, and I thought it would be fun if I could show you guys how to do it, and that's what I wanted to do today. Number 1, colors, necklines, and other ways to get inspiration. My best tip is to try to find things that inspire you based on what you want to make your wardrobe look like. Maybe you're trying to look a bit more 18th century. You could try to find mints and greens and pinks, maybe inspired by Madame de Pompadour or Marie Antoinette, and you can kind of incorporate that into your wardrobe. That's kind of what I do. But, you know, for example, here's an 18th century figurine. You see how there's all those pastels and stuff? That's kind of what a lot of clothes from the 18th century are very pastel. Or maybe you're trying to look a bit more Victorian. The Victorians had a lot of bright colors as well, but they had higher necklines, you know, the sleeves changed from decade to decade, and depending on which decade you want your outfit to look on, you might try to find sleeves or something a bit more fitting for that time period. Maybe you're trying to look a little bit more I don't know, 1860. Try to get a bit higher waistlines, maybe some like off the shoulders looking sleeves, you know, stuff like that. Or maybe you want to look a bit more modern. Maybe you could try to find dresses that are like vintage inspired, you know, like maybe you want to look like a 1930s movie star. You could try to find dresses with like a 30s silhouette or something, you know, things like that that could really change your wardrobe. And I have another tip. One of my number 1 tips for making outfits look even better: try to find accessories and do things with your hair, because those things can change how you look completely. Like, maybe you want to look a bit more Regency, because Regency has been very popular lately. Regency portraits, they have all kinds of jewelry and hairstyles, and, you know, maybe you can try to get like a necklace of some sort. Like, I have an entire collection of jewelry. In fact, my phone is standing on a jewelry box right now, but here's a necklace. You could use that for Regency, and you could also use it for like 18th century. Like Marie Antoinette wore necklaces like this, so maybe if you want to look like Marie Antoinette, you can wear a necklace like that. I have also an entire box of brooches. Say you want to look like Empress Sissi of Austria. Here's a little hair clip inspired by her. You know, going back to like vintage stuff, maybe that could be good for like, you know, 40s or 30s. Yeah, like this brooch could work for many different time periods. Cameo brooches are very nice as well. And hairstyles, let me get to hairstyles. Like, try to look at the time period that you're inspiring your outfit by, or the movie you're inspiring your time period, or whatever. You know, maybe you want to look like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Maybe you can do hairstyles like inspired by her, like try to, you know, do that little swoop she has. Or maybe you want to look like, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe. You can try to look at some vintage hairstyles, you know, get some sponge rollers and put them in your hair. There's a lot of different things you can do, because accessories and hairstyles can change everything. Maybe try to invest in some hats, or like, I made this little flower headpiece, or you can even put it on your shoulder. I got some hot glue and felt and I put some flowers on it, and maybe you can do like little DIY projects like that. Another thing you can try that really helps is you can try to take a piece of clothing that has like a cut that you really like, but it doesn't look, exactly how you want it to look. Here's a vintage dress I bought. Originally it was just kind of like, it was a bit boring and I didn't really like it that much, so I added these tassels on here to kind of give it a bit more of a like 60s, 70s looking feel, and I really like it now and I wear it a lot. So, little things like that, like maybe buy a trim or, some kind of like little detail that could change your outfit. Maybe you can add a trim around the neckline or add a belt, or you could, do a lot of things with your clothing, and I think that's something that could change your clothing a lot. Now you're probably wondering, where can I shop? Well, there's a lot of places you can shop, but here are my best options. I like shopping on Etsy the most. Etsy has so many different options for, clothing. There's lots of different sellers. And yes, it takes a lot of searching because, it's a lot of different options. There's a lot of tacky things and you really have to search for some good stuff. And, it's a lot of work, but eventually you'll find something that you really like, and you can buy things. It may not be the quickest way to find clothes, but I say quality over quantity when it comes to clothing. Another place to shop, I sometimes go on eBay as well, because eBay has some cool stuff as well. It's kind of like Etsy, but there's a lot of options on eBay as well. I can try to find some other shops with some vintage inspired clothing. I will let you know what they're called in a second. A couple of other places I know about. There's a store called Retro Fairy that I found a lot of cool clothes on. They have some cottagecore. They have some, now they're selling some Regency dresses. They have a lot of stuff like vintage dresses. And then there's another store on Instagram. They're called Antique, like A-N-N-Teak, and they sell a lot of cottagecore stuff as well. You could also look on Poshmark, Depop. There's a lot of cool places you can shop, or you could also try to look in person, maybe find a thrift store near you, or try to research a vintage store. But I know there's not a lot of those for some people around you. I know there's not a lot for me around me. But if you're ever traveling, you could try to find some. But definitely look at the stores that I've listed, because there could be a lot of options for you in those stores. Another option is getting into sewing. I know not a lot of people know how to sew, but it's a really good option for getting the clothes you want. For example, I make a lot of 18th century clothes that I always wanted, and I'm getting better at sewing now, so it's really easy for me to get the clothes I want. I hand sew everything, so you can also use the machine. There's a lot of options for sewing. I'd say start with hand sewing though, because you can get the basics of sewing, and I feel like you need to know how to hand sew basically. Hand sewing is always a great option if machine work is a bit hard. You could ask someone around you how to sew, or look online at certain tips, and maybe ask a friend. But sewing is a very good option for getting the aesthetic you want, if you can't find anything you like on the stores online. But I really hope that those things helped you. We're getting close to the end of this video, but if you have any other things you want to know about, leave some comments below. I am going to be doing some hairstyles inspired by the 18th century soon, and I really hope you guys would like to see that. If you have any other options for vintage shopping or some ways to change your wardrobe, you can also leave those down below. Or if you have any questions, just let me know. I would be very happy to help you figure out certain things. And have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a nice comment. And have a great day. Ta-da!